Let's see. What do you want to know? Just,
So what's your name?
Rafi.
Nice to meet
Name's
you.
Rafi. Nice to meet you.
So where got this car?
So we got a 1967 Shelby Mustang GT350, fully restored. We bought a few years ago. It took a couple years to restore, but turned out all right. It's in Brittany blue color, the original factory Brittany blue, original signature from Carroll Shelby.
Wow.
That we got. We met him at a show one day, which was really cool. So this car again, we took it all the way down to every nut and bolt, full restoration. But we tried it when we took the car apart. We tried to keep everything, every part, and just restore the part instead of just buy brand new. You know, although they do sell everything brand new for these cars, restored, you know, restoration parts, we tried to keep the original parts. Like the steering wheel is original. We just had it cleaned up and restored. Yeah, restored. It was the original. Didn't look like this. You know, it was a little worse shape. Looks like it's brand new, but it's the original one. I didn't just throw it away and put a new one. I could have bought a new one, but I wanted the original one that came with the car. And that's a lot of part of restoring cars is, you know, using the original parts, just cleaning them up rather than just throw it away and buy a new part. So we kept about 95% of this car is all original. Some parts were broken that we had to just, you know, buy new, but most of it is the original from the factory. So I mean, you could tell from the mirror, see the mirror how it's kind of got some you know, it's damaged a little bit, water damage, you know. I left it because that's the original one. I don't care.
Yeah.
It looks better that way, I think.
You're right.
So, said the Southern California, the car culture in Southern California is really where it's at because of the weather.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and a lot of it started because we're so close to Hollywood. A lot of celebrities back in the day, like the 50s, 60s, a lot of the celebrities had the money to buy these cars, and they would drive them around. So there's a lot of classic cars here in Southern California, you know, partly to do because of, you know, Hollywood, partly to do because of the weather, you know, and there's a lot of wealthy people here that bought these cars, you know, so that's why there's so many here. You know, they're all over the place. You know, it's and now I'm enjoying it with my son, and
I think this is more like a heart-touching part for me. Like some American told me that they gotta build one car with their son, like use a couple years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's better than just leave the young generation watch the video.
Well, you know, it's I grew up with these cars. When I was going to school, these cars were always around. You know, they weren't classic cars yet. You know, maybe that's because I'm older. But my son, who's younger now, you know, the younger generation, you know, they kind of lost the love for classic cars. You know, so what I tried to do is, because I love these cars and working on engines and transmissions and stuff like that, I got him into it. So he now loves these cars too. So I got another generation that appreciates classic cars, you know, and that whole culture. So it's, you know, it's passing on that love of cars to the next generation, you know. So he's getting his feet wet, so to say. He's getting his feet wet, and he does help me with. I got another couple projects that I'm doing right now, and he's kind of helping me with getting his hands. He actually worked. He was a lot younger, but he actually worked on this car too. He did a few things. You know, of course, I watched him do it, but I wanted him to get involved for two things. One, it gives him a passion to work on cars, which I love, and two, it keeps him out of trouble. You know, I know where he is. You know?
It's better than gun trouble than drug trouble.
My wife knows. Instead of my wife knows exactly where he is because he's at the shop with me working on the car and not out driving around getting in trouble. So And so that's why he drives. He loves driving the cars. He loves showing them off. He loves showing his hard work because he does have time invested in the car, just like I do.